I want to preface this post by saying every rumor you've heard about this person hitherto on this app has been made up by neo-Nazis bent on killing him. None of that is true. It's a crock of shit. I've spent the evening being screamed at by a person I thought was my friend, and it's wrong. But I do not wish harm or vengeance on this person. I did make a post in anger earlier today, and it was wrong, and I shouldn't have, and I want to clear this air. I've been friends with TSOSIE for the last year, and for the last 6 months we were romantically involved, working towards meeting each other and seeing if we could pursue a long-term relationship. Lance became my friend very soon after I lost a baby, and I'd been having panic attacks for the first time in my life, and he supported me beautifully through those things and really made me feel safe. And eventually I fell for him and told him, and I kept having the panic attacks, and he just kept telling me to open up and trust him, and he wanted to protect me, and I really think he wanted to protect me. I really think he wanted to do good. And I really trusted him, and I kept telling him that this is very, I don't do this, and this is very strange and new. And he brought up once or twice that he'd been listening to a podcast about polyamory, and he asked me what I thought of that, and I said no, I couldn't do that. And given all the romantic messages we were sending, I thought he would oblige until we could talk about it later. And so under that pretense, we never talked about it again, and under that pretense of understanding that I needed to be the only one, I flew to Denver and I had unprotected sex with him. And less than 24 hours after I had had unprotected sex with him, I found out that he was on a date with another woman because he posted a TikTok with her. He never told me, and when I confronted him, he said, I was going to tell you. Lance, you knew full well I wouldn't have bought that ticket had I explicitly known you were seeing other people. You felt entitled to my body because I trusted you. You felt entitled to my body because I had publicly supported you. You violated my trust. I almost want an STD test. You say one thing and you do another, and I have no idea what I need to believe from you anymore. Please don't cancel him. Please don't ruin his life. I think he can genuinely do better, and I want to give him the opportunity to not be a misogynist.
Really shadow banned?
Or does your content just suck?
So this is really bad. If you saw Chelsea's video about Lance, you know exactly what happened to me because our stories are identical. Up to exactly the same situation of me flying out there and having unprotected sex with him after he told me he hadn't had sex with anybody else and denied me informed consent. It's really fucked up. And I do want to be so clear that the rumors about him online that white supremacist Nazis have spread are not true. None of that is true. That is false. I'm not endorsing any of that. But he is a liar, and he is a manipulator, and I told him I wouldn't do this. I told myself I wouldn't do this. But I am doing this because this is insane. This is fucked up. It's been months, and this is so much worse than I thought.
I want to preface this post by saying every rumor you've heard about this person hitherto on this app has been made up by neo-Nazis bent on killing him. None of that is true. It's a crock of shit. I've spent the evening being screamed at by a person I thought was my friend, and it's wrong. But I do not wish harm or vengeance on this person. This is a lie that was made up by a jealous neo-Nazi. Lance would never do this. This is not what he is being accused of, and I would appreciate it if everyone stopped spreading this rumor explicitly. Lance violated my body in a way I didn't consent to. I did not consent to unprotected sex with multiple partners. There is no way that he could have misinterpreted my intentions with him. I was explicit. I had been learning Navajo for him. I had bought lingerie for us months ago. for me to wear for him. I had bought him gift cards for Christmas, all for him to buy things for us when we're together. This was extremely romantic and extremely personal and extremely vulnerable for me. And I was taken advantage of in that trust in a way that I just didn't consent to. I did not consent to that sex. I didn't. I don't know if that legally makes it assault, and I don't want to say that it does, because that's an accusation I'm not prepared to level against someone. But Lance J. SUBTITLES, you knew full well how invested in you I was. I bought tickets to see you twice. And every time you canceled, I kept supporting you and just holding you during all your dark times. And you know it, and you kept telling me how happy I made you. And later on in the 6 months, a couple times you'd started wondering about. It was later on. It wasn't in the beginning. It was later on. It was a couple months before I saw you. I told you no. I told you no, and you knew how much you meant to me. We could have talked about it later. I did not consent to that weekend as we had. I didn't. That is the violation of trust that I'm talking about. As he also misrepresented what he was doing to another woman. He told her that I was perfectly okay with polyamory while I wasn't. He knew I wouldn't be, and he told her I was. This is lies and manipulation. This is what he's being accused of. This is absolutely true. He never misrepresented what he was going through. I was supporting him and talking to him the entire time. He was in very real danger. And as such, I desperately request TikTok to take this with grace. And please, do not come after him. I'm not going to talk about the year he's had. It's been really bad, though. But it doesn't excuse what he did to me. But no one come after him. Please. Everything he said about what was happening to him with the abuse with the neo-Nazis, all of it is true. Every word. Every word. And he's never, anyone underage, he's never done anything. Please don't start the rumor mill or something. Listen to what I'm saying. This is the objective truth. I reject all other rumors about him. And I condemn anyone who wants to spread them. They're lies to bring down a man of color, regardless of who he is, regardless of what he's done. They are lies representative of white supremacists, racists, obsessed with a native man. And you would do well not to repeat any of them. You don't want to repeat the words of attempted murderers. Be kind to him. I really want him to do so much better.
And the next time you call me a sex offender, make sure you put registered in front of it. You whack
My way, or the highway, my way.
Yeah, and the next time you call me a sex offender, make sure you put registered in front of it.
You see, what we're not going to do is run around spreading misinformation. The conversation that you are taking way out of context to justify this post is ridiculous. Small and I were having a conversation regarding the terrible rumors that racist white supremacists were spreading about me. They were spreading those rumors and using her as a pawn. The drama was addressed last week. Hello, beautiful people. I just want to take a second to apologize. To Chelsea, I'm very sorry that our friendship has come to this. I'm very sorry for not being the effective communicator that I wanted to be. And most importantly, I'm extremely sorry for the pain that I've caused you. Nothing I can say will remedy that. And to everyone else, I'm sorry I let you down. I do hope, though, you will give me the grace to grow and learn from this opportunity. Have a good day.
I may be pregnant with your child, and you are apologizing for your communication. I have an ache that lives deep in my womb, Lance. And sometimes I just cry from my soul about it. And I sent you so many messages opening up to you about that. You knew. You knew. You fucking knew. You fucking knew. I never would have opened up my body that intimately to you. With the trauma that gives me anxiety attacks, my anxiety that manifests in my stomach and I puke. From that trauma, I still puke. I still feel nausea multiple times enough from the anxiety and the trigger responses from that experience. And you knew the whole time. Don't you dare try to apologize for your communication. Why don't you apologize for taking advantage of my vulnerability to get in my pants? You knew I never would have ever slept with you without a condom had I known what was going on. I found out on TikTok. Lance. How you can support me is by standing up for me and standing up for the autonomy of all female bodies and all human bodies. Fully consenting to intimate sexual encounters with full knowledge of the context. And how you can also support me is by fully shouting down inflammatory, outrageous, and dehumanizing rumors that are now popping up because people who want to kill Lance SUBTITLES are latching onto them to restart their violence. I will not have my truth be tainted with racism and violence against a Native man by spreading only the truth and supporting women honestly, completely. But I don't want any lies, any inflammatory. I don't want clout chasing. And if you clout chase in my name, I will drag you to kingdom come across the coals. I will not have my pain tainted with the violence of Nazis. Fuck anyone who thinks they can do that.
So this is really bad. If you saw Chelsea's video about Lance, you know exactly what happened to me because our stories are identical. Up to exactly the same situation of me flying out there and having unprotected sex with him after he told me he hadn't had sex with anybody else and denied me informed consent. It's really fucked up. And I do want to be so clear that the rumors about him online that white supremacist Nazis have spread are not true. None of that is true. That is false. I'm not endorsing any of that. But he is a liar and he is a manipulator. And I told him I wouldn't do this. I told myself I wouldn't do this. But I am doing this because this is insane. This is fucked up. It's been months. And this is so much worse than I thought. So this is really bad.
It has been brought to my attention that my followers have been harassing an Indigenous woman who was seen on Lance SUBTITLES' profile. And they've been throwing around rumors that she is this woman that he had been seeing. Do you not realize if she were, she was also a victim You fucking dipshits. And in my name, you put women against women against women. What the fuck? You don't do that for me because you like me. Why, because I'm a white lady you like? You go attack other women? What the fuck? What the fuck? Look at yourself. I had no idea this was going on. Apparently it's happened multiple times in my name and I had no idea. Leave her alone. Apparently it's happened multiple times. I had no idea. Stop. Leave her the fuck alone. And in fact, if you don't follow her now, go follow her right now. And you sit there and you be quiet and you watch her content and you learn from her. Right the fuck. It has been brought to my attention that my father
What an odd thing to say. What a peculiar thing to say.
Hi! Stop scolding me for being preoccupied with trying to correct rumors about myself being involved in this horrible situation that I know that white supremacists would love to latch onto. Have we not seen how they've ran with the whole Lance cheating rumor in the past? I said in my second video, I called it harmful behavior. I feel like that spells it out pretty well that I saw it as harmful behavior. This is all easy for you to say when you're not the one who's having to deal with comment after comment after comment from racists spouting out these horrible accusations or saying awful things that I'm having to delete. I'm literally a Native woman being dragged into this and dealing with backlash. All because my video got reposted. Leave me the hell alone.
That my followers have been harassing an Indigenous woman who was seen on TSOSIE's profile. And they've been throwing around rumors that she is this woman that you've been seeing.
Thank you for calling your followers off. Today has fucking sucked. I woke up with these accusations, and it's now 5:30 a.m. my time. Just about every single person that has been in my comments accusing me, insulting me, scolding me for asking her to have her followers leave me alone have been non-native white women. I've had burner accounts with anti-native slurs in the name accusing me, and it's not just been my comments. The anti-native rhetoric that this has validated and spawned all over TikTok has been absolutely insane. And when her videos first came out, I said, oh, I'm worried that this is going to be weaponized to spew racist anti-Indigenous rhetoric. And all these people that came from her community shut me down, insulted me, belittled me. One lady told me I had internalized misogyny for being concerned about this emboldening, racist people. I got painted as an aggressor, an apologist, all because I fucking knew what all of you would do. And you know what? Thank God it was me that he reposted recently and not, say, an Afro-Indigenous woman. Because I don't even want to know what her comments would look like. And all of this from white women in the name of feminism and defending and believing women. It's like when your favorite TikTok creator gets harmed, you just throw all of this intersectionality out the fucking window. You guys get so caught up in this mob mentality because it's entertainment for you. It's fun. It's just tea to absorb. But you don't even stop to think of how racists are going to use this to harm the Native community. And I know you guys have seen all these violent anti-Native racists who have latched on to all these stupid rumors over the past few months about Lance. I've been so terrified today that these morons are going to see these rumors that you guys are cooking up for your enjoyment and use that to target me anytime I want to speak out about Native issues and start harassing me. You don't get to just throw your anti-racism out the window anytime the bad guy is a Black or Indigenous person. And now people are coming from Chelsea's video, apologizing and being nice to me now, but then they're saying, oh, those weren't really Chelsea supporters. Yes, they were. Yes, they were. Other people are saying, oh, this is all Lance's fault here. I'm not defending Lance. I think what he did was horrible. but Lance is not the one who harassed me for 18 hours today. No, that was a bunch of white women who were defending Chelsea. And I really appreciate that she tried to do something nice and tell her followers to come over here and be nice to me, but frankly, after today, you guys scare me. I've been telling you guys all day I'm not involved, leave me alone, I don't support Lance, but now that she said it, maybe you'll actually believe her. And I don't care if you guys get mad at this, I'm over it, I'm so fucking done with Chelsea's bullshit community. You guys dragged me into this and then made my life living hell for the last day, and then people have the audacity to call me a liar when they scream from the rooftops, "Oh, believe all women," until it's not a fucking white lady. Are you kidding me? You guys are disgusting. Leave me alone. Chelsea, I don't want your followers. Stop telling people to come and follow me when you know they're treating people like garbage. I've been up all night. I missed my job last night because I was so stressed out because these people are being psychotic. The fact that this whole thing started around believing women and then I get called a liar by someone who mentions Chelsea's name in the same sentence. You guys are insane.
So I never planned to make a video about this or a video like this. This is not what I want to use my platform for. But after finding out so much more information about just how bad this whole thing was, it needs to be said. Because while this has nothing to do with the groups that Lance is a part of and the work he does on this app and in his communities. This is about a man who lied and manipulated multiple women, and that's really bad. That is not okay. And so up until even 2 days ago, when I was on the phone with him, screaming at him for lying to me because I saw the video he posted with the other girl and was like, "We've been dating. Why are you posting a video with another girl? Why didn't you tell me?" Chelsea had the exact same experience that I did. And in January, he canceled a trip to go visit her, but had me fly out there to see him. And on Valentine's Day, he sent me beautiful, expensive earrings, and she was buying tickets to go fly and see him. This man has been using us and preying on the fact that we are both very kind, very empathetic women. And while I know he suffers from depression and anxiety, using those to get us to feel sympathetic towards him and forgive him for shitty fucking behavior. The amount of hours I've spent on the phone with him and on FaceTime with him, trying to help and support him, does not negate the amount of hours I spent waiting for a reply, and he told me I was sleeping, I was at the gym, I was doing homework. How about last week when Chelsea was out there visiting you and you weren't replying to me, and you told me 2 days ago that you were just trying to figure out a way to tell me that you were seeing this other girl? The amount of lies is asinine. And I realize this is a long video, but this is only the surface of what I have done and dealt with for months, to the point where I donated to his campaign to get his car fixed. I sent him stuff for his dog. Like, I have spent money and time and energy on him, and he was taking that from her as well. He was getting the exact same thing from Chelsea as well. And this cannot go unaccounted for. The thing is, I know I won't be getting a gentle glow, emotionless apology video. I know that for a fact. So then when I woke up this morning and saw his video first apologizing to her, my heart sank. Absolutely sank. Because that's when I knew this wasn't just me and the girl that he posted the video with the other day, but that there was somebody else, and it was bad enough that he made a public apology. And I know I won't be getting that same public apology. The thing is, I know I won't be getting a... Informed consent does fucking matter. And what makes that whole situation even worse is the fact that when him and I had sex, I almost had to go to the ER because I had a ruptured ovarian cyst, which is what it is. That happens. I realized that. But apparently he went and told her that some girl he slept with, it was so good with her that he ruptured an ovarian cyst. He bragged about me to her weeks after it happening, playing it off like it had happened a while ago. As I'm literally waiting for my period and took multiple pregnancy tests because I didn't know, because I was uncertain. I went and got tested because I didn't know, and he bragged about it. I am trying to figure out the same thing because for months, as he was telling me information, I'm like, this guy's got 3 million followers. He's not going to do anything to risk me exposing that, so I'm going to trust him, because if he's telling me personal information about him and I have his address, like I know stuff about his life and his past and his family, so I'm like, he's not going to be stupid enough to risk having me, somebody who has a small but substantial platform, exposing him. But look at Chelsea. He did the same thing to her and she's got over 1 million followers. So he is so stupid that he played 2+ women, because there's gotta be more, and banking on the fact that we weren't going to just expose him because, you know, we had built up this connection. He was banking on that, and I don't know why he thought he wasn't going to get caught. I never expected to have to wake up this morning and have to be in the position of choosing whether or not to make the videos that I did. After yelling at him over the phone 2 days ago, after seeing that video he posted with the other girl on the weekend, I thought that was it. I thought that we were gonna, like, there's nothing more that would come out. And then waking up and seeing his gentle glow apology video, which I still haven't gotten, by the way, and realizing he did exactly the same thing to me, to Chelsea, just blew my mind. Because I was in a place where I was like, you know what, it's okay, like, people make mistakes, but we're beyond that now. I think telling stories like these, especially when they're about people in positions of power who we look up to and who take advantage of that position of power thinking it protects them, I think it's important, because I think he definitely was banking on his platform on here to keep me quiet and to keep Chelsea quiet in the event that we ever found out. But I hope he takes some time for himself. I hope he takes a break. I hope he finds some peace and learns something from the pain that he caused Chelsea and I, because I am so tired. My head hurts, my heart hurts. And to have to lay here and reflect on months and months of conversations and going, what if that was true and what if that was not? It's heartbreaking. So thank you for the kindness and all the love and the support. I'm reading as many messages as I can. I never thought I would have to be in this position, and I almost didn't. I almost was like, no, this doesn't need to be made public, but I think it did. So thank you for people who have listened to what I've had to say and listened to my story, and I hope you have a good day, and I love you all. I wasn't gonna make another video, but don't you fucking dare blame Chelsea or I for the lies he told us. I am on birth control. Birth control is not 100% effective, so that's still always going to be a concern whether you've been with a partner once or 1 million times. Second, if I ask my partner, have you been recently tested or have you had a partner since you were last tested, and they lie to me about that, that's not my fault. I've done my due diligence of asking. If they lie and don't tell me the truth about who their partners have been or when they were last tested, and then I sleep with them because I make the choice to have unprotected sex because I'm on birth control and I'm trusting my partner to disclose their sexual history with me, that is denying me informed consent. So don't blame me, Don't blame Chelsea for trusting somebody who we thought we could trust. That's fucked up. And don't do that to other women. I woke up this morning to find out that people have taken it upon themselves to go and involve an Indigenous woman in what is happening between Chelsea, Lance, and I. She is not involved. Chelsea has told you she is not involved, and I am telling you she is not involved. So calling her a liar does not show your support for women. Leaving her countless comments of racism and hate and not believing a woman who is telling you she has nothing to do with this does not make you a good person. You do not get to decide who is involved in this situation or not. If a woman is involved and she wants her voice heard, she will make it heard. I spent hours on live last night telling you that the third woman who is involved does not want to be known. That is her choice. I am respecting that, and you will respect that. You do not get to decide who is involved in this narrative and who is not. So you will show her love and kindness and support, because if you want to support women, that means all women, even women who have nothing to do with this and have somehow been caught up in the middle. I think a lot of people missed a really important conversation in their sex education class about what informed consent is and how you can obtain it and why it is so important. So I'll have that conversation with you now, because I think my story and Chelsea's story upset a lot of people because they realize that they have denied somebody informed consent and that they would rather discount our experience as, oh, you were just cheated on. Yes, we were both cheated on, and yes, we were both denied informed consent. Both can be true at the same time. If you have a partner and you cheat on that partner and have unprotected sex and then go back to your partner and have unprotected sex, you've denied them informed consent, because you know they would not have consented to having unprotected sex with you had they known the truth. That is coercion. That is doing them bodily harm, because what if you're the person you cheated on them, had an STI, and you have now transmitted that to your partner? You are putting their health at risk by not telling people the truth about your sexual history. And if you can't do that, you should not be having sex, because you can't consent to sex based on lies. This message is for anybody else who has been affected or impacted by Lance and his deplorable behavior over the last few months. If you have a story, if you have an experience with him that you want to share and you want to remain anonymous and you don't want people to know who you are, but you want to talk about it and you want to share that, feel free to message me on Instagram. I will respect your anonymity. I will respect your privacy, but I am here to listen because other people are speaking up, and if you want your story to be heard, I want to hear it. This message is for another really important conversation that needs to be had as a direct result of everything that happened yesterday is the implications of what Lance did being far greater than my and Chelsea's personal relationship with him, because what he did is so harmful to the communities that he was a part of. What he did is not justifying racism or violence towards him, but what he did directly harmed me, Chelsea, other women, and other Indigenous and marginalized communities. When I spoke to him yesterday on the phone before things got as big as they did, he told me Chelsea's white woman tears were going to be the downfall of him, and I told him, no, that is not what is happening here. This is not happening to him because he is an Indigenous man, because he did not do this because he is an Indigenous man. He did this because he is a liar and a manipulator. But what he seemed to fail to understand is the implications of how he used his huge platform, one that he used to empower and speak on Indigenous issues and to help marginalized communities. He used that to take advantage of women. So the implications of what he did were much more harmful than what I experienced and what Chelsea experienced. And so as a result, it is really important that if you're going to listen to Chelsea and I, you are also going to take the time to listen to creators and people of color who are speaking out on the pain and the ripple effect that this is going to have within many different communities. But that being said, any violence or racism directed at Lance is unjustified. That is unacceptable. That is taking away from my experience, Chelsea's experience, the accountability that needs to be had because of what he did as a man and as somebody who harmed women and took advantage of women. And it also takes attention away from the fact that this is an issue that is much bigger than what Chelsea and I are talking about. So any racism, any violence directed towards him is not acceptable. And I will say that no matter what he does, no matter the harm he caused me. And so if today you are going to take time to listen to me and what I have to say, or listen to Chelsea and what she has to say, you also need to listen to other creators of color and what they have to say, so that you can actually get a full picture idea of the amount of harm that he is causing and the amount of harm that he is doing as a result of the platform that he created on here.
When another content creator reached out and basically threw this at me.
I'm sorry, did we all just hear the same thing? I threw it at her. I threw it at you, but you seem to forget that the only reason why I messaged you was because you held a 27-minute live about me, calling me a liar, a manipulator, the weakest link as a woman, how I should be ashamed of myself, saying that I did it all for Misfit Patriot, even though I didn't meet him till maybe 3 months ago. You know why I met Misfit Patriot? Because of you and your group of friends. This is probably like the first time in our history of addressing each other that you're not slandering my name. But you're still wrong. Don't manipulate it like I just reached out to you for no reason to see what Lance was doing. I reached out to you because you were talking shit about me again. You know, specifically for this Lance situation, I believe I'm owed an apology. We know you won't. But either way, like, you were wrong. I'm getting really sick of the fucking buzzwords. White supremacy, neo-Nazi. Neither myself or anybody that I associate with are any of those things. And in fucking Chelsea's video, she keeps fucking calling everybody a fucking neo-Nazi or white supremacist. And I don't know if she's doing it for fucking views or she actually, like, believes that shit. I was called immature and a liar and so many different names by this group of fucking people, right? For even mentioning Lance. For even mentioning it, right? And they still have the fucking nerve to say these people are neo-Nazis, white supremacists, don't believe them. Like, I am fucking bothered by this. Like, the longer that time goes on, like, my mental health, is taking a fucking hit from this. And I'm tired of the fucking buzzwords. I went onto Lance's page looking for a different video, and I find my face. I know for a fact that that video was privated. Why has it been taken out of only me? And TikTok, my question for you is you literally told me that it was taken down for bullying and harassment because he mentioned my medical condition in that video. TikTok, the company, told me that they removed the video for bullying and harassment, and yet it still remains on his page, which he's just put back on his page in order to what? Retaliate against me? This is some sick fucking shit. Sick fucking shit. You're not the first person to have commented this, and it literally blows me the fuck away, and I'll tell you why. Everyone should be allowed to fucking be here. Everybody. I've never called for the removal of any of these creators, even though I have a completely different opinion than them. Never. And you know why? Because we all deserve to fucking be here. We all deserve to have a fucking voice. We all deserve to have a fair shot at not being fucking banned. If we were to actually make that bet, you would fucking win. Because I'm not gonna stop using TikTok. I'm not gonna stop voicing my opinions. I'm not gonna stop. I'm not gonna fucking stop. I've always made that very fucking clear. Do you know why these creators fucking hate me? Because I'm not a racist. Because I'm not a fucking bigot. Because I'm not anything they tried to paint me out to fucking be. Once I got their fucking game and I switched my game accordingly, I conducted myself fucking properly and they lost all their ammunition. I'm going fucking nowhere. He didn't do anything wrong.
And for the last 6 months, we were romantically involved, working towards meeting each other and seeing.
Let's do some math now, yeah? It was the end of October. He wanted to take this colonizer out to dinner. November, December, January, February, March. So at the exact same time that he and Chelsea were seeking out, an intimate relationship, he was trying to take me to dinner. And no one ever fucking takes into consideration that Lance is fucking over 5 years older than me. What do you think the odds are that I would have a similar story to Chelsea and that other girl if I did make it up there like they did? I'm not offended personally. What pisses me the fuck off is other women have been hurt and taken advantage of. He didn't do anything wrong.
That white supremacist Nazis have spread
40 videos. That's how many videos TikTok removed within minutes and seconds of each other. which then resulted in my account being met with a permanent ban. At that point, I was able to appeal, and of course I got my account back because I do not break community guidelines. I had a feeling that another permanent ban was coming soon, so I tried to withdraw the money from my creator fund, which TikTok would not allow me to do. Within 24 hours, I was once again met with a permanent ban, but unfortunately this time I was not given the option to appeal. So welcome to my new account. 40 videos. That's how many videos TikTok removed within minutes and seconds of each other, which then resulted in my account being met with a